Hello all, it's James Johnson, aka Sulphur Blade. Welcome back to my channel, welcome back to my content, and welcome back to Football Coach College Dynasty. So we last left off going into the Kent State game. We're a little bit worried that we might have a hiccup here because it's looking like the easiest game of the year for us. I mean, this team is still technically more talented than we are, but it's been one of the closest teams to our talent level of the year. We are definitely overachieving our talent level this year, which is a good thing. So we are favored. Hopefully we can live up to that favorite position. Kent State has called tails. It was indeed tails. Kent State has elected to defer to the second half, so we'll be getting the ball. We're going to start off with the running game, and we get nowhere. We're going to go right back to it, and we get nowhere. And we're punting. Second and 8, third and 8, fourth and 10, punt. Okay, change play. Let's go to the I formation, right up the gut. Okay, good gain, play action. Interception. Second and 10, third and 5, fourth and 5. Okay, back to the ground. Quick slants. And we're punting. They're kicking a field goal. It's a 49-yarder. They missed it. Okay, we're running. Curls, back to the ground, back to the ground, play action to the ground, and it's a touchdown. Extra points made. Okay, they got a first down, second and 10, third and 10, fourth and 10, punt. We're going to start off with play action. Slants middle, inside zone, back to the ground. Sure, we'll go with slant. Back to the ground, please. To the ground. Play action. Let the clock run out. Back to the ground. And to the ground again. And to the ground again, touchdown. Okay, we're up 14-0. Kent fumbled. We have recovered the ball in good field position. Nice gain to the ground. There we are, another touchdown. It's now 21-0. Second and 2, first and 10, second and 11, third and 9, first and 10, second and 4, first and 10. Come on, defense, stiffen up. Second and 9, third and 9, first and 10, second and 3, third and 3. Damn it, come on, defense. First and goal, second and goal, third and goal. Kent got a touchdown. Right, back to the ground, play action, screen, outside zone. Yeah, we got nowhere. Okay, defense, we need you to step up. Kent calls a timeout. 2nd and 6. 1st and 10. 2nd and 6. 3rd and 6. Punt. Second quarter, 10 seconds left. We'll let the clock run out. Kent has fumbled. We're going to the ground. Again and again and again. We'll go with the play action. Back to the ground. Go back to the ground. Back to the ground. Touchdown. First and 10, 2nd and 10, 1st and 10, 2nd and 8, 3rd and 8, stopped, punt, to the ground, nowhere, to the ground again, good gain, short pass, not much, 3rd and 2, back to the ground, we got our first. Back to the ground, play action, 3rd and long, no gain, we're punting. It's 1st and 10, 2nd and 11, 3rd and 18. We let him get an 18-yard gain, did we? Good job, defense. 2nd and 10, 3rd and 8, 4th and 2. We stopped him on 4th and 2, good. Let's run it. Run it again. And again. Yeah, we'll go with the play action. Run it. Let the clock run out on 3rd down. Inside run, please. Right up the middle. 47-yard field goal. 4th and 8. Can we pin him deep, please? Right, not bad. 2nd and 10, 3rd and 10, 4th and 10. They punted. Play action on 1st. Okay, run it. 2nd and 4. On the ground, on the ground, on the ground. No, none of this quarterback sneak BS. Okay, halfback dive, right up the middle. Touchdown. Excellent. Right, 4th quarter. A little shy of 8 minutes left in the game. 2nd and 12. 3rd and 14. 4th and 14. They're punting. Alright. Off to the ground. Small gain. Back to the ground. We got a good gain. Another good gain. Keep running it. 2nd and 8. 1st and 10. Keep running. 2nd and 7. Keep running. 3rd and 5. We'll go with play action. Okay. QB kneel? No, nonsense. Outside run to the fullback. Touchdown. Give the fullback some love. Alright, some play. Interception. Alright, now we'll kneel on it. Let the clock run out. So we did not have a letdown. We actually had a blowout. So 42-7. Pretty much a trouncing over Kent State. We got 243 yards rushing, 154 yards passing. I will take it. no new injuries. That's nice to see. And we have a couple of players recovering from injuries. A defensive lineman and a safety, it looks like. We got some commitments. We got a whole bunch of commitments. Let's just reveal them all. They're all for us. Yay! Alright, let's check out recruiting. We'll remove the 6 targets. Which actually means we probably have pitches remaining. We do. Well, you get that pitch. May commit soon. We will offer some nil. He doesn't care about nil very much. But I want this guy, if at all possible. So we're gonna throw 250K at him. Which is more than Miami tossed at him. So defensive line and safety. Alright, Boston Carrot's back. Three weeks, 2 weeks, 1 week. Thought we already went to look at recruiting. We did. Wonder why that didn't get checked off. That is the best pitch I can give to this guy. Even the HC pitch great would be less. So changing the pitches around isn't going to change anything there. Setting practice focus on Eastern Michigan. They're 5-5. A relatively weak squad according to the talent predictions. We're going to stop the run as usual, and we're going to run the ball. We're the third best defense in the entire league for points per game and the fifth best in yards per game. It's not too shabby. Let's check out league news. Alabama's still undefeated, Ohio State's still undefeated, Notre Dame's still undefeated. Back to Mid-America. We have two guys competing for Player of the Year, two guys competing for Defensive Player of the Year. Huskies lockdown, golden flashes. Northern Illinois defeated Kent State in DeKalb, winning 42-7. The Huskies passed for 154 yards, rushed for 243 more, and they controlled the clock, holding the ball for over 37 minutes. Northern Illinois moved to 7-3 on the season, while Kent State fell to 2-8. We are in command of our side of the bracket. Who is our rival? Ball State? They are one game behind us. I have a feeling that rivalry game is going to turn into an important one. Central Michigan looks like it's underperforming. And Bowling Green seems to be underperforming. We're facing Eastern Michigan. Here we go. Their defense isn't looking very good talent-wise. Got a few injuries, mostly to cornerbacks. That's interesting to know. Tails, Eastern Michigan wins the toss. Eastern Michigan has elected to receive the ball. Northern Illinois will kick off. Second and 10. Third and 12. Fourth and 3. Punt. We're going to start off with a pass. Nowhere. Back to the ground. And a pass. Okay, we got a first down. Let's run it. Stick with it on the ground. Passing. Back to the ground. Back to the ground. Back to the ground. To the ground. To the ground. To the ground again. And again. 45-yard field goal. We are truly in that position of the field where if we punt it, it's going to be a touchback. So it's going to come back to the 20. I don't feel good about our odds of kicking this field goal, as our kicker has been pretty crappy this year. This is a relatively long fourth down conversion. I think we're going to go for it. Medium pass. Play action, please. That one right there. Successful fourth down conversion. Good. Let's stick to the ground. We'll go with the play action. Boy, that conversion's going to get us nowhere. I want a running play so I can get a better kick. Inside run. Straight up the gut. Let's go. Okay, 29-yard field goal. Go ahead. Field goal made. Fourth and 2. Turn punt. Let's get to running. Okay, I guess we're going to get nowhere. Got nowhere on the pass. We're punting already. Whoa, fumbled return for a touchdown. Yeah, we'll take that. Good job, defense. 3rd and 6, 4th and 6. Okay, let's run it. None of this end around BS. Halfback stretch is fine. Sure. Good gain. Back to the ground. Back to the ground. Back to the ground. Stick with it on the ground. Force him to stop us. 4th and 1. Fourth and 1. Obviously, you would typically go for the 3 points here. However, we're up by 10. Being up by 13 is essentially the same as being up by 10. You're still within 2 touchdowns. I think in this short yardage situation, we're gonna go for it. Inside run, up the gut. Let's go. Touchdown. Now that 7 points makes it a whole different ball game than the 3 points would have made it. Third and 10, 4th and 16. They punted. We're running. We're running. We are running. Let's run away with it, guys. Play action? No? Alright, they stopped us. Punt it. What a terrible punt. Okay. 2nd and 5, 1st and 10, 2nd and 9, 1st and 10, 2nd and 2, 3rd and 4, 1st and 10, 2nd and 8, 3rd and 16, 4th and 16. They're punting. Up tempo, we got a minute to try to score. We're going to start off with a run. Then a play action. Go back to the run. Can we get a play action, please? That one there. No dice. Alright, we're gonna literally run it here. And punt. That puts it at halftime. It's our ball again. Run. Curl. We're getting nowhere. Okay, first down. Run, run, and run some more. 2nd and 9, 3rd and 8. We'll go for the curls. Interception. Well, that's too bad. Right, 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, 3rd and 3 in the best field position they've had all game. 4th and 3. Let's hold them to that field goal, guys. They made a field goal. Okay. Okay, keep it on the ground. Sure, we'll go with some play action. Quick slants. Alright. Back to the ground. Back to the ground. No QB running. That's the running back's job. On the ground. Okay, touchdown. Nice. Missed the extra point. Of course we did. That guy's getting fired. Okay. 3rd and 23. 2nd and 10. 3rd and 9. 4th and 9. Our ball. Let's run it. Run it. Run it. Oh, come on. Well, punt it then. Let's go D. Let's go. 2nd and 2, 1st 10, and 2nd and 9, 3rd and 9. Returning the punt. Back to the ground we go. Slants, here we are. No QB running. That's not happening. Play action on 2nd and 5, sure. 4th and 3, back to punting. Our punter has got a lot of work in this year, that's for sure. 2nd and 7, 1st and 10, 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, 3rd and 8. Come on, defense, stop them. Alright, we've got it again. Let's keep it on the ground, keep it on the ground. We're getting nowhere. Go to the air, and punting again. Defense, do your thing. It's 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, 3rd and 10, 1st and 10. End of the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 2, 3rd and 2, 1st and goal, 2nd and goal, 3rd and goal, 4th and goal, field goal. Way to hold them to a field goal, guys. Let's get the ground game going. Come on. 2nd and 10. There we go. Keep running it. Sure, we'll switch it up to curls. Play action? Why not? Play action again? No. Back to the ground. Play action. Back to the ground. Ground. Quick slants. 22-yard field goal. Okay. First and 10, second and 6, first and 10, first and 10, second and 2, first and 10, second and 11, third and 12, fourth and 12, turnover and downs. All right. Offensive coordinator wants to run, and I agree. We're running right down their throats. Let's keep it running. Third and 1, keep it on the ground. Fourth and 2, huh? Yeah, field goal it is. Okay. Second and 9, third and 11, first and 10. Interception. Run it. Run it, guys. Keep it a running. Second and 9. Third and 7. Third and 7. Don't like that play. Let's go shotgun spread. Play action comeback. Here we go. Good down. Back to the ground. Keep it on the ground. Keep running. Second and 9. Keep running. Third and 10. Keep running. Touchdown. Nice job, guys. Okay, first and 10. Second and 1. First and 10. Second and 6. Let the clock run out on the game. Nice. Very nice game. Finish the game and advance. New injuries. One of our offensive linemen. Never good. Tight end. 1 week. Excuse me. And the safety is injured again. So offensive line, tight end, and safety. With linebacker recovering. Offensive line, linebacker, and safety. You know what? No, he's going to play on his injury. Is he? They have no risk to turn into a severe injury. Alright, then he's going to play on it. Linebacker, and who else was injured this week? Tight end and safety. No, he's going to play on it as well. This, on the other hand, is a major injury. Our rotation is 4 deep. Okay. This determines who's the starter, I suppose. Which of you do I want to be the starter? You're both inside linebackers. You're smarter of the two. Smarter, better tackling. Yeah, I'm going to leave it as is. Okay, bunch of commitments for us. Remove the targets. Okay, 2 people left. Is that the best pitch I can give you? Is this the best pitch I can give you? It is. We're still behind, it says, in this battle. After throwing nil at him. Not willing to throw any more nil at him. We're just going to have to hope that... So there's a mechanic where it doesn't show you exactly who's winning. So this is an estimate, right? So we could actually be ahead. We're just not quite sure who's ahead because this is it's estimated that Miami, Ohio is ahead right now. We could be. It's a pretty close battle, so we could end up winning this. Anyway, this has been an okay recruiting year. We might not have gotten the greatest recruits, but we have essentially filled our needs. We've got 2 of the 1 safety we needed, we got 2 of the 1 linebacker we needed, we got all 3 of the defensive linemen we needed. We have 2 of the 4 offensive linemen signed, with 1 probably for sure, the other one's up in the air, so we might not fill our offensive linemen. And we thought that that might be a possibility from the outset. If you go back, you know, I said offensive linemen are hard, and it might be hard to get all 4 of these offensive linemen, but we're going to give it a go. We got an extra tight end that we didn't really need. We got 2 wide receivers of the 1 we needed, and we got 3 running backs of the 2 we needed. So we've got extra across the board. We signed more than were necessary. Ball State. Is Ball State our rival? Yes. Not only is this our rival, this is also the guy who's nearest to us in the division hunt, I believe. And that didn't show me what I was looking for. Alright, so let's set the practice focus. Well, at least they're not talent-wise an overly crazy team. But it is a rivalry game, and rivalry games in-game usually tend to be a little bit more difficult than games that are not rivalry games. I've seen some funny shenanigans happen whenever rivalry games happen. I think there's an extra algorithmic type thing for rivalry games that throws an extra amount of spice into it. More unpredictability, I think, happens in rivalry games than your standard game. So be aware of that. Rushing yards. Let's stop the run. And we're going to attempt to run, of course. We're not changing what we do. No changing that. Okay, division standings. Oh, Ball State has dropped down. So Toledo is 5-3, and I believe we have the tiebreaker with Toledo. So even if we ended up losing this game, we would still be at a tie with Toledo for winning this side of the bracket, because we would have the tiebreaker, I believe. Yeah, I think we're in the conference championship game, guys, regardless of what happens this week. Well, let's get into it. Ball State has a couple of injuries. We are far more beaten up. Alright, begin coin toss. Heads, please. It's tails. Ball State wins. Ball State is elected to defer to the second half. Alright, we'll throw it. Back to the ground. Nowhere fast. We're punting already. Okay, 1st and 10. 2nd and 5. 3rd and 6. Okay, returning the punt. The offensive coordinator wants us to do this, huh? Alright. Run, run, and punt. Interception. Nice. I'm going to override you. We're going to the ground here, offensive coordinator. And again. Keep going to the ground. 3rd and 5. 44-yard field goal. Go. versus a rival. Come on, kicker. You better earn your spot. We made it. Okay, 2nd and 11, 3rd and 10. Punting. Running. Running. Nowhere. No passing. We're punting. 2nd and 8. 3rd and 10. 4th and 10. They're punting. Run. Quick pass. Run. No luck. Punt. Ouch. Clock run out. 3rd and 4. 4th and 6. Ball made their field goal. Play action on 1st down. Sure. Back to the ground. Okay, back to the ground. Back to the ground. No dice. Punt it. Second and 5, 3rd and 5. We got a good return here. Back to the ground, to the ground, to the ground. Continue on the ground. Play action. None of this QB run stuff. Here we go. Play action on 2nd and short. Yes. To the ground. Nice. Third and 10. They got a 1st. 2nd and 8. 1st and 10. 2nd and 4. 1st and goal. 2nd and goal. 3rd and goal. Touchdown. Ball. Turn kickoff. It's 10-10. It's a rivalry game. We fumbled. Of course we did. Defense is going to try to step up. It's 2nd and 10. 3rd and 10. 4th and 11. We gave them a field goal. They're ahead. Huh? Why are we on defense? Didn't they just score? Oh, it's 3rd down. It's 3rd quarter. 2nd and 6. 3rd and 4. 1st and 10. 2nd and 9. 3rd and 11. Field goal. Long field goal. Come on, miss. They missed. Excellent. Ground. Ground. Play action. We're punting. We're punting. Defense, we need you to step up. 1st and 10. 2nd and 5. 1st and 10. 2nd 11. 3rd and 9. Turn the punt. To the ground. To the ground. To the ground. Curls? Yes. To the ground. Play action. Okay, play action again. Play action again. I'm going to let the offensive coordinator have his way. Let's go. I do not feel good about the chances on this field goal. Just don't. Short pass. I feel like this play has come in big for us in the past, so let's go for it. Turnover. 3rd and 1, 4th and 3. Okay. Play action. No. Really? Offensive coordinator, you want to throw a trick play like that on 2nd and long? I don't like it. I'll go with that. No? Okay, run it. keep it conservative. Go back to the ground. Okay. No, I don't like those trick plays. Okay. 2nd and 5. Run. 3rd and 5. Alright, play action. Good gain. Come on, let's get into the end zone. 2nd and goal. 3rd and goal. In the end zone, we got it. We're up. Come on, defense. We need you to play big. 1st and 10. 2nd and 4. 3rd and 6. 1st and 10. 2nd and 7. 3rd and 1. 4th and 4. Defense, we need to stop here. Ball, turnover on downs. Good. Quick slant, says the offensive coordinator. Alright, we'll go for it. Play action on 2nd and 1. I like it. Back to the ground. Sounds good. Keep it on the ground. I agree. 3rd and 5. Slants. Okay. 1st down. Keep it on the ground. Keep it on the ground. On the ground again. 43-yard field goal. The field goal would mean it would force them to have to score a touchdown to beat us with less than a minute left in the 4th quarter. We could attempt a punt, but we would be punting from the 26-yard line. The likelihoods that the punter would actually manage to pin them deep is not very good with such a short kick. They would likely end up in a touchback, netting us a whole 6 yards. So I don't like the option of a punt. In real life, maybe, where we could deal with real life punters that are competent, but when we have to rely on an algorithm inside of a video game, I don't trust the algorithm to pull off a corner kick. Saying he has a 65% chance of making this field goal. If he does make it, he forces them to have to score a touchdown. I think we have to let him try. And he missed. Of course he did. Why wouldn't he? Okay. You know, my field goal thought process was totally bunk, wasn't it? They're down 4. They have to score a touchdown no matter what happened. If I would have made that, that would have just allowed the touchdown to turn into an overtime situation. So it was still would have made sense to try to make that kick. Alright, so we just got to keep him out of the end zone here in 18 seconds? Weren't we at 59 seconds? That kick took that much time off the clock? Well, I'm not going to complain. Okay, 2nd and 10. Game over. We've beat our rivals. I don't know what happened to all of the time, but I'm not going to complain. If time wants to vanish off the clock in a rivalry game, I'll take it. Okay, So we've accomplished all of our goals for the season we needed to make extra money. We beat our rival. We did the 3 passing games of over 205 yards. So we're going to get the most out of boosters that we possibly can. So that is a check mark for all the money that we can get. Then we've also definitely over-accomplished our goals, so our coaches are going to get a whole lot of XP, which is great. And then we are in the conference championships. That's the guy we were battling over. View the battle results. Just couldn't quite get there. So yeah, we're gonna be 1 offensive lineman short. But that's fine. Recruiting. Go ahead and remove from targets. We have this 1 guy remaining. Shouldn't be any problem. We're well up on Navy for that guy. Kind of amazed he hasn't committed yet. Okay, wide receiver and tight end. Well, we don't have to move anyone tight end wise because we never moved him. Two weeks, 1 week, 3 weeks. This guy doesn't matter. This guy should be healthy for the big game. However, Sebastian McNeil here will not be healthy. Though he is still playing, he still is a starter, and he still is the best offensive lineman we have, even in his state. So, there's that. Alright, number 4 defense, number 3 by points. That's not bad at all. Of course, we're having to play Miami, Ohio again, and that didn't go so well for us the first time. Okay, excellent. Now, recruiting is done. Cornerback is healthy. That was actually a big deal. He's our shutdown corner. We need him for this game. Gonna stop the run, and you guessed it, we're going to try to rush. Or no, wait. They've held opponents to the least amount of rush yards all season. Well, they haven't. They don't have the best defense, but they've got a really good defense in that regard. You know what? We're not. We are going to go with a quick passing offense focused this week. We're doing something different. All right, here we go. Conference championship game. Miami, Ohio are the favorites, one would think. They've got two running backs who are hurt. Well, that's might help us with them trying to make it anywhere on the ground. Defer to second half. Play ball. Mid-American Championship. Okay, 1st and 10, 2nd and 2, 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, successful 4th down conversion, 1st and 10. Interception, excellent. And we're going to start right off on the ground. Nowhere. Remember we practiced for passing offensive coordinators, so let's pass. Punt. Punting we shall go. Third and 16, 4th and 7. Curls. Double under. Okay, we'll throw a run at them. They stopped it. Punt. First and 10, 2nd and 9. 1st and goal. Touchdown, Miami, Ohio. Slants, nothing. Curls, nothing. No dice. Punt. 2nd and 10, 3rd and 12, 1st and 10, 2nd and 12, 3rd and 10. They've punted. We're sticking with the short passing gameplay. We fumbled. They returned it for a touchdown. We are down big in this championship game. All right, run the football. Third and 2. Okay, I'll run the football. Keep them honest. Let the clock run out in the first quarter. Trick play? Sure. Short passes, interception. 4th and 4. They punted. Quick slants. We're punting. Third and 1. First and goal, second and goal. There they are, 21 up on us. Okay, back to the ground, back to the ground. Nothing's doing for us. They have shut us down. NIU safety. Wow, wasn't that just wonderful? Interception. Can we capitalize off that? No. Touchdown. Come on, let's at least get some points on the board. Make it respectable, guys. We got 3 points on the board. Woohoo! They missed the field goal. Good. Fourth and long. No. We're punting. Let the clock run out. Alright, Miami, Ohio whooped us in the conference championship. Really wasn't expecting anything short of that outcome. However, I'm still happy with making the conference championship game. We had a relatively weak squad. It was our first season. I think I'm more than happy with the boys and how they did this year. We might even get a bowl game. Begin the selection show and reveal the top 25. Penn State is number 25. Oregon, number 24. Tulsa, number 23. Georgia, number 22. Duke, number 21. Michigan State, number 20. Iowa, 19. Georgia Tech, 18. Tennessee, 17. Colorado, 16. Texas, 15. Purdue, 14. Washington Huskies, 13. Nevada Wolfpack, 12. LSU Tigers, 11. The Seminoles, 10. Cornhuskers, 9. Michigan Wolverines, 8. BYU Cougars, 7. USC Trojans, 6. Oklahoma Sooners, 5. Stanford Cardinals, 4. Notre Dame Fighting Irish, 3. Ohio State Buckeyes, number 2. And the always perennially overrated Alabama Crimson Tide, number 1. Playoff brackets and bowl invites. Northern Illinois has been invited to the Military Bowl. Good for us. Okay, we are awards bye week. Offensive lineman recovered this advanced bye week. – 2003 award ceremonies. Begin the ceremony. Quarterback, Caleb Barker of USC. Finalists are revealed in alphabetical order by last name. Quarterback, Dante Burt, UW. Quarterback, Thomas Ellison, Alabama. Running back, Jaden Robertson, Stanford. And quarterback, Leonardo Wills, Notre Dame. So, who is the player of the year? Caleb Barker of USC. Right, defensive player of the year. Maddox Agnew, Ohio State University. Leo Beck. Jackson Horn for Purdue. Jonah Ray for Massachusetts. Pedro Reed for Nebraska. Who is the big guy? Leo Beck is the defensive player of the year for Oklahoma, is that? I'm guessing that's Oklahoma University. Yeah, Sooners. Freshman of the year. We didn't have any freshmen even playing this year, I don't believe. Michigan State Spartans running back Jeremiah Hopkins. Central Michigan Chippewas Isaac McGee. Troy Nicholas from the Tennessee Volunteers. Bryce Paul for Purdue. And Zachariah Wynn for Duke. The winner is Zachariah Wynn for Duke. Freshman of the Year honors. Okay. Coach of the Year. Congratulations, Northern Illinois coach James Johnson has won Conference Coach of the Year. Heck yeah! Woohoo! Mid-America Coach of the Year, James Johnson. Yes, thank you. Thank you, everyone. All-Americans, first team. First team defense. Oh, look, there's a Miami, Ohio guy on the first team defense. Second team offense. Yeah, none of our guys. Did any of our guys make the second team defense, though? No. Sadly not. Third team offense. None of us. Third team defense. We have been snubbed. How about all conference? First team, all Mid-American. Dante Lyons, running back. Sebastian McNeil, offensive line. Jonah Haynes, offensive line. Nice. So 3 guys in the first team offense. First team defense, we have Moises Castanon, linebacker. Easton Reese, cornerback. Really, our defensive lineman didn't make it into the first team? I really thought he would. Second team, all Mid-American. Chase White, tight end. Ernesto Walls, offensive line. 3 offensive linemen in so far. That's not bad. Second team defense. Orlando Sharp. There's the defensive lineman I thought would have made the first team. And that's it. View all NIU award winners. The coach, yeah. And there's our players. Alright, end award ceremony and go to award winners page. Let's go to the dashboard. Recruiting, nothing to do. Set practice phone and actually adjust the depth chart. Who's back? Safety and I think a linebacker maybe? No. It's our offensive lineman. Yeah, he was injured, and he recovered from his injury. We never moved him. Alright, adjust the game plan, which we're not going to do. Practice focus. UAB. What is a UAB? Unmanned aerial banana? What is a UAB? UAB Blazers. University of Alabama, Birmingham. UAB. Okay. Sorry if you're a UAB fan. I just wasn't familiar with what a UAB was. My bad. Okay, what are we going to do here? Are we going to do our usual? I think we are. Stop the run. Establish a running game. Lock in the focus. Practice it up. Let's get a bowl win. I'm hungry for a bowl win as coach of the year for the conference. We are favored. Players to watch. Wide receiver Pablo Bishop is second team All-American. Running back Nate Lyon, first team All Mid-American. Then our cornerbacks, first team All Mid-American and first team All Mid-American. UAB wins the toss. They've elected to defer to the second half. Here we go. The Military Bowl has commenced. We're going to go straight to the ground. And we're going to continue to go to the ground. And we're going to throw in play action. Back to the ground. Back to the ground. 3rd and 3. To the ground. Back to the ground. Stick to the ground. Keep moving it on the ground. And play action for the touchdown. Okay. We're off to a commanding lead, 7-0 in this Military Bowl. 2nd and 1, 1st and 10, 2nd and 3, 3rd and 1, 1st and 10, 2nd and 13, 3rd and 13. Interception. Back to the ground. To the ground. Continue on the ground. 2nd and 9. Alright, we're passing it. We got a big gain there. Back to the ground. Short curls. Back to the ground. Okay, we'll take the short field goal, which nothing is automatic with our kicker. 10-0. Okay. 1st and 10. 2nd and 7. 3rd and 6. 4th and 6. Punt. You want to do a wide receiver end around. Alright, offensive lineman, you've been wanting to do so many of these crazy trick plays. I'll let you have it this one time. My offensive coordinators gets a bone this time. And it made some yards. Let the clock run out. No, it's not going to make yards again. It's a one-time thing. Okay, 3rd and 6. Put it back on the ground. Want to go deep on 2nd and short. Okay. No luck. Punting. 2nd and 13, 3rd and 14. Force them to punt. Let's stick it on the ground. On the ground again. 3rd and 10. We are going back to the ground, gentlemen. 4th and 7. Punt it. Second and 6. 3rd and 3. 4th and 2. Curls. Okay. Halfback smash. Yes. Stay on the ground. 4th and 1. 4th and 1 on our 40-yard line. I really would like to go for it here, but this is a bowl game. We gotta stay conservative, we gotta punt. Okay. Interception. Excellent. Stick to the ground. 3rd and 6. Play action, huh? Okay. No luck. Punt. We've got him deep. We've got him deep, and I want to blitz the heck out of him. Send it all. They burned us on the blitz. Alright. 2nd and 10. 1st and 10. 2nd and 10. 3rd and 3. 1st and 10. 2nd and 6. 1st and 10. Touchdown for them. Alright. Got limited time left in the end of the first half. Play action. Play action. Play action. 37-yard field goal. All right. We made it. Okay, 1st and 10, 2nd and 9. 1st and 10, 2nd and 8. 1st and 10, 2nd and 10. 1st and goal. Touchdown. Made the extra point. They are now up. You want to go for a screen, huh? Alright. No. Let's put it on the ground. This is not a deep passing situation. Okay, we'll go with that. The ground, on the ground. Well, crap. Levels. Punt. Right, defense, we need you to step up. You've been big for us all year. This is a bowl game. We'd like to get a victory here. We need you to play hard. 2nd and 13, 3rd and 8, 4th and 8. Defense did its job. Wait, punt return fumble. Oh crap. Special team broke down. Gave him great field position. Defense needs to go in and hold them to a field goal. Oh, they missed the field goal. Good job, D. Alright, play action right away on 1st down. Nothing. Running, nothing. We got to pass off. Okay, we got a 1st down. Boy, we're struggling now offensively. D, you just 3 1st downs in a row. Let's shore it up here, guys. 2nd and 10. 3rd and 8. 4th and 8. Thank you. Nowhere on the ground fast. Okay, we got some yards. Got some yards. Can we establish that ground game? Play action. Nice. Play action 2 times in a row. No. Let's get back to the ground. 3rd and 8. Curls. Good. Back to the ground. Third and 3. Quick slants. Good. Keep it on the ground. Touchdown. We're going for 2, are we? Well, it makes sense. Alright. Failed the 2 points. Second and 2, 3rd and 3, 4th and 2. Oh, they converted 4th down. 2nd and 11, 3rd and 8, 4th and 8. Field goal is good. 5 minutes left in the game. We're up by 2. Come on, guys. Yeah, this ain't looking good, is it? That extra point is gonna come back to bite us in the ass here. 3rd and 4, 1st and 10. 3rd and 3, 1st and 10, 1st and 10, 2nd and 10. Oh man. 3rd and 2, 4th and 3. They're up by 1. It would be a tie ball game right now if we took the extra point. Play action. Okay. Outside run. Halfback sweep. Play action. Right, we need to get into field goal range here. Medium passes. I like that play action. Nothing doing. Medium passes. Third and 1. Oh, we lost the ball game. It stings. We completed the pass, didn't we? We just ran out of time to get back to the line of scrimmage. Alright, no bowl game victory for us. Otherwise, pretty good year. Bowl game victory would have been a flawless year, but I'm happy with the year nonetheless. You played in a certified classic. Advanced bye week. Playoff week. National Championship week. Ohio State versus Stanford. Let's see how the watch game feature works. Let's watch Ohio State, the Ohio State University, get itself a national championship. Why am I having to press these things? These don't seem like things I should be pressing as a person who's watching. I have to click Sim Play. Unknown plays, huh? Okay, Stanford is marching down the field. Stanford scores a touchdown. Ohio with a huge strike. Stanford answers back. Ohio just punted. First punt of the game. Stanford makes a field goal. Stanford is up on Ohio right now. Ohio State coming back down the field is stopped, has to kick a field goal. Now within 7. Stanford has finally been stopped by Ohio State. It's punt. Stanford has the ball. Stanford had to punt. Ohio has the ball. There's 2 minutes left in the half. Ohio is marching it down the field. 57 seconds left. 50 seconds, 37 seconds. 29 seconds left in the half. Kicking a field goal. 13-17 going into the locker room, it looks like. Yeah, that will be the score line going into the second half. Ohio coming down the field. They score. It's now 20-17, the Ohio State University over Stanford. Stanford's going to try to answer back, it looks like. They're marching down the field. Not to be discouraged, but they fumbled. Ohio State with a big turnover recovery. Can they capitalize? They're marching no. Ohio now fumbles at midfield. Stanford has it once again. Stanford's coming back down into Ohio territory. Stanford will not be discouraged. Touchdown Stanford. Stanford's now back up in this ball game. Now it's Ohio's turn. Third quarter's over. Beginning of the fourth quarter, Ohio has the ball. Ohio had to punt. Stanford is in control of this ball game. They are at midfield and they're marching just into, they're having to punt at midfield back to Ohio. Ohio has a long field. They have it at the 10-yard line. 3rd and 4. Looks like Ohio is going to have to punt away with 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Stanford has it at midfield. Stanford has taken it into Ohio's territory. They're continuing to march. Ohio doesn't seem to be able to stop Stanford. Stanford has seemingly been able to move the ball on command through the entire game. It's 4th and 2 at the 20-something yard line. Field goal for Stanford. Stanford is now up an entire touchdown. So Ohio's got the ball. Ohio needs to mount itself a successful drive here. 3rd and 7. They're not going to. They're having to punt it away to Stanford once again. Stanford has it back in near the 20. 3rd and 8. Stanford gets itself a first down. Another first down. It's coming into midfield. It's crossed into Ohio territory. Ohio wants to call a timeout. They need to do some game planning, see what they need to do to shut Stanford down. Stanford has seemingly been doing whatever they want in this ballgame. Stanford is continuing to march down into Ohio territory. It's 2nd and 5. 3rd and 4 on the OSU 21. It's 4th and 6. Stanford is going to have to try for a 40-yard field goal to put this one probably away. It's now 2-score ball game with 36 seconds left. It would take a wing, a prayer, and a miracle for Ohio State University to pull this one off. They're attempting to get somewhere. 26 seconds, 18 seconds, 5 seconds. They're still not even at half field. This game's over. Stanford wins the national championship over Ohio State at a score of 30-20. Now, back to you, Bob. Okay, so that pretty much puts a cap on the end of this year. So Stanford finishes number 1, Alabama number 2, Ohio number 3, Notre Dame number 4. Wisconsin not even in the top 25. Does Wisconsin know that head coach James Johnson, coach of the year over here, has a dream job to coach for the Wisconsin Badgers? Is Wisconsin aware of that? Okay, so looks like we've earned 3 skill badges. We got ourselves a fair amount of experience. Choose new skill badges. Can we choose any of these first? 6 upgrades remain. We're gonna continue to be a CEO type coach. recruiting pitches to players with power back archetype yield 100 extra points. I kind of like that, but it's got very limited use, right? Offensive line recruiter. Recruiting pitches to offensive linemen yield 50 extra points. Now that's very tempting. I like my offensive linemen. Offensive line miracle worker. All offensive line injuries are shortened by 2. That's pretty strong. QB miracle worker. Offensive line development. 7% increase to offensive line development in the offseason. Durability. That's pretty nice. There's a lot of nice badges here, but I think it's hard to ignore the development of the offensive lineman. I always think, my personal philosophy is that the football games are won on the line, and if you have the best offensive line on the field, you likely have the best team on the field. You should be able to dictate what you want in the ball game thanks to your offensive line. So I will happily take that as my first badge. Choose a new skill badge. Run stopper recruiter. Front 7 miracle worker. All defensive line and linebacker injuries are shortened. Running back recruiter. Secondary miracle worker. Cornerback recruiter. Pass coverage recruiter. Expert trainer has an extra HC training in preseason. Oof. It's a hard one to ignore right there. Pass rusher recruiter. I think I gotta go with the expert trainer. Defensive line development. That's 3 people in a 3-4. Cornerback development. That's essentially 2 starters in a 3-4. Quarterback development. That's essentially your most important person on your team. Running back developer. I love to run me the football. Defensive line developer ultimately will get me the most bang for the buck because that's 3 starters versus a running back where, you know, at the most you might have 2 running backs on the field at any given time. QB is of course 1 person. Cornerback is 2 people. QB is arguably the most important person on the team. However, a running back could be incredibly powerful for me being such a run-oriented coach. Yeah, I think I have to go with the running back developer. That combined with my offensive line, if I have the strongest offensive line with the strongest set of running backs, I am always in the ballgame. Let's develop us some offensive linemen and running backs, shall we? All right, offensive coordinator, your turn. You got 2 upgrades. I kind of want to put both of them in the offense. However, I'm tempted to put one into recruiting. Yeah, we're gonna. That's a good skill. QB Whisperer. QBs get +2 arm strength and accuracy in game. Professor. Offensive practice focus bonuses are 20% more effective and gain +1 audible per quarter. Blitz Pickup Artist. 25% chance to reveal blitz after lining up and +5 QB IQ on all blitz plays. Go-Go Gadget. Wide receivers gain +3 speed and evasion as ball carrier in rushing plays. VIP Protection. Offensive line gains +3 pass blocking and third and long. Well, I don't want to be in 3rd and long positions. Receiver fundamentals. All skill players get +2 catching and route running in game. Running backs gain +4 strength in goal line situation. Opponent's 5-yard line or more. Beast mode has me tempted. Receiver fundamentals, though, is pretty strong. All skill players. That means tight ends. That means running backs. That means wide receivers. They're all going to get +2 catching and route running in games. You know, I like me offensive line stuff, but +3 pass blocking on 3rd and long, that's very situational, and that's a situation I don't even want to be in. That's like, congratulations, we have a badge for you to trigger when you're failing terribly. Beast mode or receiver fundamentals? Beast mode only happens when you're within the 5-yard line. So it's very situational, right? Where receiver fundamentals, all the skill players, running backs, tight ends, wide receivers, they're always going to have +2 catching and route running through the entirety of the game. I just feel like this one is the most bang for the buck, so we're going to go with it. Two solid badges now. Alright, let's check on our defensive coordinator, who should have had a very good year. All defensive players get plus 10 defensive IQ in game. Nice. Strength kills. All defensive players get plus 1 strength. Cornerback developer. Secondary miracle worker. Defense gains plus 2 man and zone coverage on third downs. Cornerbacks get plus 2 man coverage in games. All defensive players have 20% less chance to sustain an injury. Oof. Has an extra training in the preseason. Oh boy. There's some really good ones here. I'm having a hard time not taking do your job. Getting that plus 10 defensive IQ across the board to all the defensive players. That's a huge boost, I think, to the entirety of the defense. 10 extra defensive IQ in the game. Yeah. Tackling fundamentals. All defensive players get plus 2 tackling and pursuit. So I assume that's plus 2 tackling and plus 2 pursuit. So that's 4 extra attribute points for everybody in the defense all game long, on top of their plus 10 defensive IQ. Yes, tackling fundamentals, absolutely. All right, so we got some very strong badges for our coaches. Now to see if we are even still a coach for Illinois, we might get offered a better job. It might be hard to resist it. Renegotiating coach contracts. If a contract guarantee has expired, you can renegotiate. Active until 2025, until 2024, until 2024. They're all active. He wants to keep his options open. Only renegotiate if your job performance is impressive enough? I'm coach of the year. How impressive do I need to be? My God. Okay. We're done with renegotiating. Louisiana Tech. Yeah, that doesn't feel like a job. How do I put it? Doesn't feel like an increase. It feels like a lateral move, going from one 2-star prestige school with low facilities to another 2-star prestige squad with low facilities. Yeah, not interested. Sorry. View offer. Guess we're staying. Retain. And retain. Right, we got a nice young coaching squad that's coming along. There goes all our graduating players, including 2, 3, 4 all-conference players. Leave for the draft. Nobody's leaving for the draft. What squad do you think this is? Looks like we're going to have to cut a player. He's projected 17th on the depth chart, huh? We've got a lot of offensive linemen. An F- junior who's predicted at being 12th on the depth chart. You're looking like a good idea to be cut. Where did that guy go? Right here. Bye-bye. That'll get us back within. happens to stay. Oh, yeah, we've got a problem child? Is that the only problem child? He's projected first in the depth chart. Wait, didn't we already cut the... Where was that? Right here is being cut. The flippity flop? Okay, I evidently have to cut one more person. Junior projected at 10th in the depth chart. Projected at 9th, F minus. Wait, he's a redshirt freshman. This guy's getting cut. Alright, pro draft has happened. Yay for it. None of our guys were drafted. Alright, we're looking at transfers, right? I mean, do we want this junior? This guy's at least a redshirt sophomore with a somewhat decent rating. I don't know as if we need a cornerback. But if he wants to come here, suppose we could give him a target. This is the one thing I hate about transfers, is this. Total nil deal is below 610k, 75% of market value. Penalty may be applied if other teams are offering better nil deals to this transfer. Throw a little bit of money at him, as I think he'd probably be a starter. So we'll save in advance. We should be looking at offensive linemen, shouldn't we? I don't think we have a prayer to land him, but we'll try. Okay, Iowa State won the battle. Yeah, they offered him a lot more nil than we did. Same thing here. That's fine. These were players we didn't need per se. They were more of a luxury to try to attain. So we went up to 3 prestige. Woohoo. School updates and summary. Okay, that'll increase our facilities from 3 up to 4 up to 5, so we're taking our facilities up 2. Academics will go up 1. We're maintaining college life at wherever it was, and we lost a little bit on the stadium, but not enough to lose a level. And we paid our coaching staff. So the money has been done. What was this morning? Any unspent money? I've spent all my money. No money has not been added. Use the slider in the nil widget to adjust the nil budget for next year. It is. I think I'm done. Yes, advance. Okay, Northern Illinois booster updates. The total number of school boosters is tied to school prestige, with more will join with higher prestige and some will leave if prestige lowers. Outgoing boosters. Ricky has departed due to recent financial difficulties, though we have 2 incoming. A diamond and a silver. Team offense, pass offense. Griffin, why are you here? Did you not watch the last season? Obviously, we're a run-oriented squad. Right? No realignment will occur. Okay, out-of-conference scheduling. When scheduling out-of-conference games, you sign contracts with other teams to play next year and possibly beyond. Each contract type has different requirements, and not all teams may be available to match up with. Similar prestige teams will want a home and home series, while others may want 2-for-1 or a one-off game. So Alabama will give us $10.5 million if we'll let them stomp on us 3 times. Okay. We got the automatic 2 million for one loss, if you will, versus Florida. Or we could not, pick someone that we know is going to kick our ass. However, I think we take the money and get our butt kicked. See, if there was a home and a home that paid in the neighborhoods of 6 million, so that would be like 3 million per game for loss, then it might be interesting. But most of these home and home are 1.5 million per loss. So the singular. Oh, wait, here's a Notre Dame. Okay, well, we can lose to Florida or we can lose to Notre Dame. Notre Dame pay us more, and personally, I would rather play against Notre Dame. So there's the Notre Dame game. Then we're paying somebody. We're not paying someone so we can beat up on them. Home and home, home and home, home and home, home and home. Alabama would be over 3 million a game, but it would take us several years to, well, 3 years to see that happen. I don't plan to be the coach here for that many years. I hope to be out of here by then. A single away would give us 3 million. Alright, USC, you can beat up on us as well. Middle Tennessee. That might be doable. Well, that's home and home though. UMass. We beat UMass. Yeah, let's pick UMass. So we've got 2 guaranteed losses this year. But we also have 5.5 million guaranteed funds this year. So it's how you look at it, I suppose. we will go with getting our butt kicked twice this year. Position changes. I don't plan to change anyone's positions at this point. Come on, off-season gains. Let's get some big off-season gains, shall we? Chase White, nice. Okay, we got an offensive lineman there with a nice gain. Another offensive lineman in the 80s. That's better than last year. Defensive lineman in the 80s. Defensive lineman in the 80s. QB didn't do so well. That damn kicker. So 48 members of our squad are 70 or better. Only 2 members of our squad are in the 50s. They're both offensive linemen, which is usually normal. All right, let's see how we did. I'll leave that alone for now. Alright, Dylan Gee is now a senior. And our freshman QBs, they don't seem to have really matured much. I'm a little disappointed in their development. Dylan is acceptable. He can hand the ball off. He has okay accuracy and arm strength. He was our quarterback last year, so you know, he's only gotten better since last year. Running backs. Jaden here was the guy I was working on turning into a fullback, wasn't he? Pretty sure he was. His run blocking is still not really up to the job. But he has the ball security, he has the vision, he has the catching, and he has the route running to be a great fullback. It's just a matter of getting that run blocking up. Peyton Mills is going to become our every down back. What are we looking at here? Good ball carrier vision. He's not much of a receiver. His speed is meh. It's mediocre. His evasion is mediocre. His strength is lackluster. But he's durable. He's serviceable-ish. Alright, so it looks like Martin is going to end up our third back. Saul Anderson here is going to get moved down because he's a freshman. We want to redshirt him. Wide receivers. Looks like a halfway decent core of receivers. Tight end, Chase is really starting to develop, and he's still only a junior. He's only going to get better. Offensive line. I want to say Jamie was the one I put all the effort into last year. Senior, 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 junior, senior. So our offensive line is pretty old. Acceptable-ish. 280s ain't bad. High 70s, okay. Kickers, I think are going to be better than they were last year. His kicking accuracy went up a bit. It was at 80, it's now at 83. His kicking power is up quite a bit. And you're the punter. And you are just kind of dead weight filling the space. You didn't really advance much. Okay, defensive line. Oof, look at that. 3 over 80. Junior, senior, and senior. So we're still even going to have a guy here set and ready for next year. That's nice. Linebackers. 80, 79, 79, 78. Fairly strong front four. Acceptable backups. Our corners are weaker than last year, I think. A junior and a sophomore, though, so they have time to mature. Even a freshman. Redshirt freshman, that is. Safety-wise, this is the guy we promised the snaps. Junior, junior, both juniors. So yeah, our whole secondary is quite young. That's good for us. They might not be in their 80s right now, but they're gonna be good next year. Yeah, I like this. Our team is looking all right. Our team is looking solid. Okay, so this is where we're going to wrap things up. I wanted to just kind of get a look at where our squad is this year. I'm having a hard time judging it. right now. I feel like we've gotten stronger in areas and we've gotten weaker in areas. I think offensively we've gotten stronger. Defensively, our strength has shifted. We always had a fairly... I think our secondary is currently our weakest, but our secondary is also our youngest. So it currently says that's how it's rating us right now. Our zone coverage is the weakest part of our defense currently. So Wisconsin, Indiana, and Illinois is the majority of our players. Right. As I said, we're going to wrap this episode up here. I am James Johnson, aka Softwareblade. Hopefully you're enjoying the content. If so, please smash that like button, consider subscribing, and until the next time, all peace.